In the northern forests of the Atlantic coast and the Great Lakes region, when winter is at its most brutal and food is scarce, there may lurk one of Algonquin folklore's most horrifying creatures. Come with me to discover the terrifying legend of the Wendigo as we look under the veil. The Wendigo is a cold weather creature that is said to dwell in Canada and even northern states like Minnesota. The origin tale goes that there was once a hunter who had become lost trying to survive in the bitter cold. The desperation and starvation led him to one of the most heinous human sins, cannibalism. Once he had indulged in this abhorrent meat, changes started to begin. When the transformation into Wendigo begins, one's bones begin to lengthen, the skin stretch tight over them, barely masking them through the flesh. As human becomes creature, they rise in stature up to 15 feet high. Though very tall, the Wendigo has the appearance of being emaciated. This represents that no matter how many lives they consume, they are only hungrier. They are concurrently gaunt from starvation, yet inherently gluttonous. The Wendigo's eyes are sunken deeply in their sockets, and its lips are tattered and bloody. Its hands are adorned with massive razor-like claws, always reaching for the next victim. Another edge of the Wendigo phenomenon is Wendigo psychosis, which some believe is an affliction of being possessed by a Wendigo spirit and driven to committing reprehensible deeds. One famous case of Wendigo psychosis involved a Plains Cree trapper named Swift Runner from Alberta in winter 1878. Swift Runner's eldest son had died and his family was starving. Though they were just 25 miles away from emergency supplies at a Hudson Bay Company post, which was a relatively short distance, Swift Runner slaughtered his wife and 5 remaining children and ate them. Authorities discovered the bones had been rubbed smooth as if on the sides of stew pots, and some were hollow, as if the marrow had been sucked out. As he resorted to cannibalism so close to food supplies, and that he killed and devoured his entire family and all of their flesh, not just enough to survive, but even be a little plump, it was obvious that this was not a case of a last resort to avoid starvation, but a man with Wendigo psychosis. He eventually confessed and was executed by authorities at Fort Saskatchewan. So if you plan on doing any wilderness hiking this winter up north, make sure to at least pack a few snacks, lest you succumb to the hunger and the spirit of the Wendigo. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip under the veil. If you enjoy chilling horror things like this, please make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to know when the next journey is about to begin. If you want to aid me in my efforts to keep YouTube creepy, please check out the description for links to my Patreon and my Subscribe Star. Thank you so much, friends. Good night.